Hey guys, so bringing you some more Mopar news today. There have been lots of reports recently suggesting that the beloved Chrysler 300 is going to be discontinued in 2020. I just did a video last week actually on the 2019 Chrysler 300 model and all that it offered, but unfortunately it now looks like that 2019 model is the very last one we will see from the 300. There's also word that the Chrysler Pacifica will stay alive and get a redesign in 2024. And with the Chrysler 300 going out, that means we will have seen the last of the Chrysler sedans. And as you can see from this chart, sales have been declining every year since 2012. However, I still think that there's a huge market for the 300, and some people would love for a new design or an SRT model, so if this really is the end of the 300, I think that there is some lost potential. There is a silver lining though. A new model is coming, the Chrysler Portal, which I'm going to talk about in this video. It's not a direct replacement for the 300, but it will take that spot in the Chrysler lineup. And all of this information is based on insider reports and a concept vehicle, so Chrysler has not actually commented on anything just yet. So what is the Chrysler Portal? Well, it was a concept vehicle released at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas in 2017, and all the images used are from that release. As you'll know if you watch my concept car series videos, not many concepts actually ever make it to production. This concept, however, is set for a 2020 model production date to fill in the gap when the 300 is gone. Former CEO Sergio Marchionne hinted at a different model when he talked about the FCA plant in Windsor that currently builds the Pacifica minivan. He said in January that the, quote, platform installed in Windsor is world-class and is more than capable of building something other than the minivan, end quote. He also said, quote, I need another minivan. It's going to be in line with the Pacifica architecture, end quote. So to me, the Portal looks exactly like that. So now let's go over all the features of the Portal. If you do want to check it out for yourself, there's a cool and interactive Portal micro website from Chrysler, and FCA have also released a YouTube video about this too. Both links for those are in the description. So going off their website, the Portal is a battery electric vehicle that is also a level 3 autonomous. Basically, it is a car that was designed by millennials for millennials. The website outlines the 4 stages of family life cycle through pictures, and the Portal is designed to be a family transportation vehicle for the millennial generation as their lifestyles evolve. And it's also Chrysler's entryway to autonomous driving. First, we can look at the design. The FCA team has created what they call a third space between home and work, and that's the inside of the car. So basically the interior is a large open space that is very flexible to meet different needs. There's a low flat floor and a smaller engine bay, which results in 180 cubic feet of interior space. And for comparison, the Dodge Grand Caravan only has 140.3 cubic feet of space inside, so the Portal has an extra 29% of interior space overall. Lots of light can enter the cabin with a huge clear roof and a big windshield and windows, making it feel even more spacious. Electrochromic technology could darken the roof panel for shading or make a light for each passenger as well. The doors are illuminated with a 360-degree halo LED and portal shaped, which is where it gets the name Portal from. The B-pillar is integrated in the doors, so when both are open you get over 5 feet of open space for loading people or cargo. The headlights use a new thin lens projector technology to blend into the body, and that body is painted in tantalum silver. Moving inside, the interior is mostly grey, with some adjustable LED accent lighting that you can change to any color you'd like. There's also a shade of red-orange called carnelian that circles around the cabin and the outside. The Portal website shows that the LED lighting can be great for communication as well. On one of their documents they say, quote, by changing colors and adding animation, the lighting on the Chrysler Portal can greet users when they approach the vehicle, signal when someone is entering or exiting, or recognize and alert others to the presence of an emergency vehicle close by. It can also alert other drivers that the vehicle is in an autonomous driving mode, as well as repeat and amplify driving maneuvers, such as signaling a turn. It also enables easy identification of your vehicle when used for ride sharing, bringing drivers and passengers together very quickly. End quote. Inside the Portal there are many different types of surfaces used. There are soft touch surfaces covered in a material that's similar to synthetic leather, and high gloss black in other areas, attempting to look similar to the electronic devices that we use today. Door coverings, side bolsters, and part of the seat use a heather textured fabric. Brushed and polished aluminum covers other areas. The roof area is an X-brace built with carbon fiber, and the floor is clear acrylic that makes it seem as if the seats are floating on the structure. Everything in the interior is freestanding and movable, like the instrument panel, seats, and center console. The seats are a thinner design than what we're used to, so they do take up less space. The passenger seats are all mounted on a track, so you can move them around however you like, and they also fold up like seats that you'd find at a baseball stadium, or you can simply take them out of the car. There's also a huge emphasis on communication, as you'd expect. You can use the backs of the seats as a docking device for your cell phone. The vehicle also has its own network, so you always stay connected to the internet. On the dashboard, you can find a stretching AMOLED display screen that is displayed underneath a single piece of curved glass. There's also a futuristic looking 12-inch AMOLED screen in the center stack as well. And there's a charging rail in front for mobile devices to clip onto and slide across however you want it to. The steering wheel is also very different. It's missing the wheel part, and instead it has hand grips on each side to control it, and touch-sensitive pads to control what you see on the display screens. The steering wheel can actually fold away when the car is parked, or when the car drives itself. More on this soon. Other technology includes hand gestures and voice commands for things like adjusting heating and cooling, or opening and closing doors. Moving on to the powertrain, the Portal is a battery electric vehicle and is front-wheel drive. It has a lithium-ion battery pack that is mounted under the vehicle and rated at 100 kilowatt hours. This battery pack generates electricity to an electric motor that is under the hood. When the battery is fully charged, there is an estimated driving range of 250 miles. You can charge the battery with a DC fast charger, adding 150 miles to your range in only 20 minutes of charging time. The charging port can be found behind the front fascia, and the Chrysler badge blinks when it's charging, letting you know what the level of charge is. The Portal has 21-inch wheels in all four corners, wrapped with 265, 45, 21 tires. Moving on to some more tech that the Portal has, it plans to be level 3 on the autonomous driving chart to start with. Note that the plan for this vehicle is that almost every piece of technology can eventually be upgraded as the times change. As for level 3 autonomous driving, this means that a driver is still necessary in the driver's seat, but the steering wheel will retract itself and the car will basically be able to drive itself. Before doing any type of maneuver, you will see what the Portal is about to do on screen. The one caveat though of this level 3 is that the driver must continue to monitor the road and the driving environment. A camera mounted on the Portal's instrument panel uses facial recognition software to monitor the driver. If the Portal decides that a driver is not monitoring the road, or the car is unable to drive over certain roads or in certain conditions, the Portal signals for the driver to retake control. And if the driver does not respond, say they fell asleep or aren't paying attention, then the Portal will pull over to the side of the road and stop driving. To operate at level 3 of autonomy, the Portal has many short and long range cameras all over the vehicle, and radar, LiDAR, and ultrasonic sensors to detect objects on the road near and far. It also has your basic safety features that you see in Chrysler vehicles now, like blind spot monitoring, collision warning, and park sense. Level 3 also requires tech like a GPS system, internet and cloud connectivity for traffic and weather updates, and high-speed computer modules for decision making. The Portal also has lots of other impressive tech planned. The Portal can recognize emergency vehicles from far away, and it can tell when its owners are within 30 feet of the car with facial and voice recognition or by detecting your mobile phone. Inside the vehicle, it will be easy to share information, photos, music, images, and more since all the docks are seamlessly connected with the front screen. There's also passenger intercom, so instead of turning around and yelling at your kid in the third row, you can use a microphone to talk to them. There's also an interior camera for photos, smart home integration where the Portal can connect to all your home devices, and voice and gesture control for a variety of tasks like opening doors or turning on lights. Personal sound zones allow each passenger to listen to whatever they want without using headphones, not sure how that's going to work. And the vehicle also has mobile commerce, where drivers can pay for gas, food, and other expenses just simply through the vehicle. And as I've said earlier, most of the sensors, software, and docking systems can all be upgraded as the technology changes. The full production version of this Portal is expected for a 2020 model release, so the Chrysler 300 is out and the Portal will be in. It's not clear which features will be ready to go by 2020, so we aren't sure if we will have things like the level 3 autonomy or the retractable steering wheel right when it gets released. The same goes for the interior features, not sure how far in the future those things will be ready. The Portal also may be built on a Pacifica base, or it may not, no one knows yet. Personally, to give a few of my thoughts, I think the Portal has tremendous potential. To me, it definitely reminds me of the 2005 Chrysler Akino concept, but it also looks a bit like the Pacifica. I was concerned that all the technology would get really old really fast, but it looks like they've thought of that and made a lot of the car upgradable and updatable, kind of like a Tesla. Otherwise, it seems like an awesome car for any family and comes with a bunch of sick features. There's also lots of flexibility and adaptability inside, so it could also be a good business vehicle and looks like a perfect car for things like Uber or delivery. The range is pretty decent too, especially considering that quick charge feature. It's Chrysler's first real crack at an autonomous vehicle and seems like one of the most versatile vehicles that we've ever seen. So to recap the future of Chrysler as we know it, the 300 is gone in 2020. The Pacifica gets a refresh in 2020 and a redesign planned for 2024, and the Portal concept, released in 2017, looks to take the 300 spot as the second Chrysler vehicle in 2020. That's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for all your Mopar content, and I'll see you next video.